Okay, everybody, so welcome back, and here is yet another workflow and framework for those of you who want to create a tiny product or a tiny course, write a tiny book, or really create any sort of tiny content that builds your brand, builds your business, and ultimately builds your bank account on a bootstrap budget. So I'm recording this on the 11th of January 2022. And I don't know, maybe a week or so ago, I released a PDF that outlines some of the content creation tools and tech and software stack that I use to create tiny products, as well as what we're offering our own clients who are, looking to create a tiny empire in the next 12 months. So, some folks had asked about Noted. Noted is a relatively new um, piece of software for me. I think it's also a relatively new piece of software in the world, and it allows you actually to use your phone as a recording studio, as a content creation studio to on the go. So you can record, transcribe. Um, Let me restate that you can record, dictate, which will create a voice to text experience for your content. You can mark up your content using all kinds of different fonts and highlight styles and export to PDF and all those good things, which really removes any excuse from if you really want to create content, you want to write a book, you want to teach a course, you want to create a tiny product that changes your life, there's no excuse. I mean, you can literally do it on your phone. And now, I didn't realize this. You can also note it also has a desktop app, or in this case, a Mac app that allows me on my MacBook to do the same thing, and it syncs to my phone. So essentially, it has an iCloud sync, meaning I can right now, as you're going to see, I can create a tiny product at 1:53 in the afternoon on the 11th of January. I can start this process on my laptop, my MacBook, and then move an hour from now when I'm going with my girlfriend to take our dogs to the vet. I can continue this process, refining, improving, iterating, optimizing, tweaking, critiquing, and editing my file on my phone. So again, that's not really a big deal. There's lots of iCloud sync products out there, but watch how cool this is. So this really removes any, and I'm playing with this for the first couple days. Like I don't even really know what I'm doing. I know their user experience for the phone app, but this I think is probably going to start recording my words. So let's see if that is true. Let's see. I don't know. Well, okay. So now it's recording. Right. So you can see actually here. You can see this is recording me. Right. So let's say I want to create a product. A little slow. I mean, this is a little bit slower than I expected. The phone experience is much more seamless. It's smoother. It's quicker. It's more responsive. I don't know if this may be a function of something I'm doing a little wonky with respect to let's say, my internet connection where I'm recording this right now. A little bit slow. Okay, there you go. Now, what's interesting is look at the lag, right? So now this is the stuff that I recorded a while ago, or I spoke a while ago. And the verbatim translation ain't 100%, as we can see. All right, let's stop this. Now you can see here it's creating a file within the folder that's set up for January 11th. I don't know if you can see that. You can see there January 11th is highlighted. All right, so I want to create another I want to create another file within this folder tree. Let's see, what do I have to do here? Okay, now I can add a text-based element to this product. Or let's say I don't want to type the whole thing out, I can add a combination of text and audio to this tiny product. Okay, I don't know that I'm doing total justice to this product right now. I think by dint of my naivete with some of the desktop or MacBook features, the phone is pretty self-explanatory. This is I'm doing this on the fly extemporaneously, so there may be things that I don't yet know how to use. But let's say I wanted to highlight. I think that's highlight. You can change the colors. I'm going to go back to the dictate button. Let's see if this starts to record again. And it does. Pretty much immediately responsive. Add a new line. I don't know, does it do that? Okay, so let's say this is going to be chapter 2 of this 3-chapter mini course. All right, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to go back. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to text-based creation. Now, I don't know, again, I'm doing full justice to this, other than to say you now have a notebook, which is called January 11th. You're not getting my whole screen here, but that's not what I wanted. But there's January 11th. So these are the files that are in here, and I could just continue, let's say, you can record content that's not being transcribed as well. Like, I don't necessarily need all this transcribed. I can just create an audio-based podcast, let's say, that also, or a podcast course that has just audio. So I'm just working with my voice here, and then incorporate the text as a separate piece of that product, right? So you have an audio file, you have a PDF, you have, a you can add a video or a screen share or whatever it may be, and you have your product done in the course of a short afternoon. Now, I'm just kind of doing this in a ad hoc way, so there's no real method to my madness. I'm just trying to display this particular product, but or this particular piece of software, this noted tool, which again is, and there's the audio, right? So now I have this audio file here. I have these 2 text files here, which are partially generated by dictation, partly, generated by the text that I'm typing. And you're getting the basic framework of a outline or a course or some sort of content that you can actually upload to Gumroad or upload to Podia or upload to the LMS or digital commerce platform of your choosing. And there's no excuse not to be able to do this if you are a tiny creator. Now, I'm not saying this is the only or the best option. Like, I still use plenty of other. I mean, I really prefer tools like IA Writer. I mean, I use this, which I love to use for content creation. I use Bear. Which is another, Mac. Excuse me, MacBook and phone based kind of text editing software. I mean, I have a ton of different software that I use for creation purposes, but this one's really good. Noted in that it's very affordable. It's less than I think $4 a month or something, and it has a myriad of benefits or of things that you can do that you can't do with something like IA Writer or Bear or one of those sorts of tools. So you can use audio, you can export all these files. You see, if I click on this here, I can export this as a PDF. I can export this as text. I can just take the audio file that's in here and export that as an M4A. And I can also share this via a private link via the web, right? So, or share with my audience via the web. I don't know that you can privatize it, but you can privatize it in principle simply by dint of sharing it with the folks that have purchased your product. All right, so there are some ways in which to use the Noted app, which again is ridiculously affordable. I mean, I think it's $3.49 a month, $3.49 a month on the App Store. I love it. I think it's great, and I think it offers any of us who want to create products for a living just another great option for turning our passion or sense of purpose or ideas into products and an income stream that can change your life for sure. And certainly, if you have bigger goals, can change the world by influencing and impacting others that are in your audience. Okie doke. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to join our community, there are just a couple days left before this is going to be much more privatized. On the 15th or so, the price for our community is going to go up dramatically, and I won't be sharing these videos anymore in public, just within the private confines of our own container, our own community. So if you're interested in joining us, I'd love to help as many people as I can create tiny products that make a big impact in 2022 and beyond. So join us. Thanks so much. And as always, have a wonderful day.